Good day, traders. This is Rich with some price action on the markets. Currently 4:13, September 8th, 2020, coming off a long weekend, Labor Day. It is Tuesday, and the markets definitely felt the weekend pressure and continued to slide to the south side at the open, tried to make a move back up, and then completely failed and drifted lower. Now, this did not bode well for the tech stocks for sure, and then other companies were getting hit as well. I'm seeing percentages from Tesla's highs in like 3 days are ridiculous. If you think about it, we're at 330 right now. It hit a high of maybe 515 post split. I think it was 502. I'm sorry, post split. I mean, it gets down to 250. Which is a long way away, let's be honest. But it did drop 86 points today. I mean, we're talking a 50% retracement move from its original move up. Now, we're not talking about March lows or anything here. But we're talking, okay, so post or pre-split of 5 to 1 is what? 1,800? 1,500? Oh my God, wait. Let's just see. 331 times 5, 1655. So in between there, 1655. And we saw, I forgot what we saw. Did we see like 2,800 on there? No, we did not see 2,800. No, we saw like 2,500. Okay. Oh, my math is crazy right now. Anyway, interesting day today. I got off to a really hot start with the first trade of the day. Everyone was watching NKLA based on the news of GM purchasing or buying out some shares in NKLA, and that gives them a little bit more confidence of that particular stock. So it was up pretty nicely today, even with the markets the way they were. It was up 42%. So there were a lot of shorts in this thing, and they got kind of burned here. So it was the opposite effect for the Tesla longs, who got burned bad. Same space, different quality of company, but nonetheless, the NKLA closed out pretty good at the 50 level, which is pretty good for them, considering they opened today, potentially at 46 from the gap, but the close on Friday was around 35. So huge move, 15 points right now. Saw about 20 points in its favor, and we'll see what happens with it going forward. But I did take this trade early on. It was a move through 46 on this level, and you can see it went to almost 48, and it scaled out nicely. I got to scale out like 47, 56 or something like that. At one point, I saw the P&L, which I'm trying not to watch. It was up about $300, but I didn't scale out that well, and I ended up with about $182 on that trade. So that opened up my day. I'm like, should I walk away? Because this market's going to get ugly. And I probably should have. Everything went downhill from there. I took a Tesla trade early on. Thought I was going to break this high here on this particular candle, and you can see it did not. It went up a little bit and failed hard. These are 5-minute candles, but these are like, it's like a 10, almost 7-point move. You can see here I lost $107 on Tesla. I traded it a few times. I mistakenly, this is what happens when you don't pay attention. I took a trade on this ALBO. It had a nice move up, gap up, and I thought the move was through 47, and mistakenly it was actually through 48. It never even got there. I took the 47 move, and it was like a 30 to 50 cent spread. Went through 47, about 30 cents, and wrapped down. So I lost about $1 on that with 100 shares. So I lost about 100 shares on that. So I'm in the negative on those two trades after coming out of a nice NKLA trade. I was able to find a trade. There's this graph. I've talked about issues with level 2 and competition. I took this trade at 27.50 in this section here, and it just got chopped out. And then eventually, whoever was blocking it from going, volume came in and rocketed up almost 2 points, which was so I had the right idea. It just failed miserably when I was in it. Not miserably, I shouldn't say that. And I lost a few bucks in there. I lost $33. But I could have lost more. I wasn't staying in it for this move down. I probably should have tried it again, but it just looked like there was some action that I didn't like on the level 2, so I avoided it. And then SHLL was one, back in the game. Took a break here of this level, 54.50 level on this candle, and it moved in my favor right away. Scaled out nicely with 100 or 200 shares, I forgot. I think it was probably 200 shares, it only made 92, and I scaled out nicely going up. So that got me back to break even and a little bit in advance. And I took a couple other minimal trades beyond. It was in play again today. I think I made out on Beyond today, out $33. I think I had a winner and a loser. So at the end of the day, I ended up with $50 on the positive side. And let me show you the day I had based on the equity curve. Okay, so this is just today. Unfortunately, I overtraded again. You can see the NKLA scale outs here. Got me in good position, up 152. And then those two stupid trades got me down, got knocked down. At one point, I was down 153. And I was pretty frustrated at that point, obviously. Got back up to break even. I was chopping around break even for a bunch of trades. What I was doing here was I was being really defensive. If something didn't work right away, I just got out. And a couple trades did go in my favor and worked. But I was playing defensive just based on the market conditions. And I took an end of the day a Tesla trade that kind of worked out in my favor and got me into the green. And then something else happened here. I forgot exactly. But ended with that $50. And it didn't turn into a red day, which is fine by me on a day like this where the market is, 55. I can't even see that. 465 on the NASDAQ and 632 on the Dow, 95 in the S&P. Not too shabby. A lot of people come out. If you notice, they're not coming out as much on YouTube and wherever about how their huge gains are so huge because you know what? They're getting pillaged and they're losing tons of money. I learned to day trade when computers were just getting super strong and I'm talking 98, 99. The PC was in a revolution. I had like 4 CRT monitors going. It was funny. I thought I was, the best day trader possible. And I rode that .com bubble all the way to the top. And guess what? I rode it all the way down. And, I got killed. And I know 99% of my friends or relatives or whoever else was trading or investing at that time got killed as well. And guess what? We're in a similar situation right now. A little bit different, of course. I should say, I'm just talking about the moves we made so fast over the last 3 or 4 months. We're still up significant from where our lows in March. So this is not to compare this to the .com bubble, but people are starting to think they can buy dips that may not exist. Is Tesla dipping right now? We're looking at a Tesla dip. I don't know. We can get down to 300, and then people are really going to be hurting. They're buying down here, and we might not see this level for 10 years, and they can hold it, but then they're buying call options that might expire. There's so many things. I'm going to do a video maybe over the weekend of some of my theories from what I saw in the past, because I talked about early on in the channel, I was holding on to that Apple I had for several years, and of course I still have some, but in the one position I sold it at like 292 pre-split, and I was comfortable at that level, and then it ran up almost 200 points from that point, and people were buying it all the way up, and now Apple's still the strongest company. Do they continue a run, or do they consolidate? Do they pull back here? I don't know. And I guess the lesson here, and the lesson I'm going to try to do over the weekend is, if you have some gains and you're still in gains and you're looking for bigger gains, there's nothing wrong with taking some off the table. Not even if you're down. Let's say you're up 50% on Tesla, but down 25% on Tesla from its highs that you had in profit. there's still nothing wrong with taking some off the table. It's better to have some money in the bank than it to go against and back to where you entered or way, way below that. So keep that in mind. There's always a chance to get back in. We had the biggest chance ever in March. Will that come around again? Who knows? But if you're day trading or you're swing trading or you're looking for the big upside move, take some profits. There's nothing wrong with taking some profits. Now, if you're buying now, yeah, you can consider holding for a longer period of time because we've dropped so far in certain stocks. Now, certain stocks are kind of just meandering around. They're not really making the moves like Tesla and Apple. But just be aware, be smart. I watched so much money come out of people's pockets during that dot-com bubble, and it's just not worth it. Let's say you're up 10 grand and now you're up 7 grand. That $3,000 is a lot, but that 7 grand could become 6, 5, 3, 2, 0. So, and then actually go against you. So there is nothing wrong with taking some profits. That's all I'm saying right now. And, play a little bit defensive going forward. And that's a long video, so I'm going to wrap it up. Decent day for a slow kind of downward chop day. Make sure you like the video. Check out my time in sales trade station video I did over the weekend. And make sure you comment and subscribe. And you guys have a good one.